everybody, and welcome back to everyone's favorite time of the week, their Friday tea time. I'm Teddy Costa, and I am back. Happy to be here, and here with me, as always, is
I am Tyler Trudeau. I am thrilled to be here. I am thrilled to not be here alone, though I'm never here alone. We always got our producer Rose with us. And Teddy, I am just so thrilled to get you back. It has been a great time. It's like when the favorite of the dog owners leaves, and then like the second one is there. I'm the second host, I feel. I feel like I was the second person, the audience being our dog, of course, and me being the spare human. So
yeah, I'm
I
with you.
truly appreciate you being back here today. And you been up to anything?
Yeah, nothing much. No, I'm a dad now. Just shout out to my wife, as always. The most important people on the show are the wives of Tea Time, and Rose. But anyway, yeah, no, my wife is the mother of two, and I'm the father of two. We had twins last week, so we were in and out of let's call it preparation for that. So thank you for holding the show down while I couldn't record. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, but I obviously would not trade for the world. And I'm so glad to be back with you recording today, before 8 a.m. on a Wednesday. We are the show of the people, and we do care about you the people.
You're
Um,
truly the show of the people right now because you're the one stepping up with two little ones and of course a wife who just gave birth. So just like amazing to have you back and so happy for you and happy Fourth everyone. I'm repping Team
oh, nice.
USA, red, white, blue, USQ. You know, don't know how long we'll have a country, so might as well be excited while we can. But on a brighter note, I see you're in Patriots.
Yeah, go Pats. Almost slept through the alarm this morning, so this was the closest thing on. But
All right.
love it, go Pats.
Well, there we go. There we go. Well, do we want to get into it, Teddy, or you got anything else before we get going?
No, we got a good show lined up. Back to basics for our little reunion here. Let's get 10 minutes on the clock and let's start it now. All right, with receipts, I got a quick L this week. But it also means I got what, like five W's or eight W's, however many W's, but we'll take this one L. I did predict all sweeps this weekend. Boston, thank you for proving me wrong. I will take this L. I did hedge. I don't know if it came across in the video, I don't remember it. But I did hedge and say, at least in my message to Tyler, if anyone could avoid it, it would be Boston. So again, this is an L I earned and I will hold with pride. Thank you.
You know, I will also take some L's, of course, for getting a whole series last week in the show, having to be reminded of that. And, also forgetting to give Teddy's takes very clearly in a nice, like, calm, delivering way, not within the last, like, 10 seconds of one episode and then in the back burner episode of where I forgot a series. So huge L's for me. I will take that. Not as big as the Christian Barnes L's because we're never going to forget a 2-1 Ottawa series win. Anyway, again, I will also take that L for the Boston series. So I'm taking a few L's this week. Not too upset though. Rose was kind of testing the waters in our group chat, being like, when the game two happened when Boston won, and Teddy and I were just so thrilled. We were like, "What a pull! Right on camera! Thank you for getting it on camera, Steven." And happiest L to see exciting weekend of Quidditch. We will take that every time.
Yep, absolutely. After all, we are the show of the people, and always happy to be your motivation. All right, you want to head into series recaps? Let's
Yeah,
move
let's
over
hit
to,
Detroit, Toronto first.
yeah, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I mean, let's just say we had a little bit of a lack of offense in this series, and I know Julian was missing for Detroit. And I'll give Toronto credit for the hard defense they played. They still got big bodies, but their offense is just so predictable. And like honestly, shame on Detroit for not stepping up. And like I feel like they're playing down to the competition. Will I say Toronto stepped up? Yeah, but good defense or not great offense. Again, I know Julian does a lot there. I think Ashton stepped up in a way that was good for someone that's not really used to running the offense, but I want to see more from Detroit when they almost were a pull away from winning a game against Mini. I don't think Toronto's winning anything else this year, like you mentioned last week, but I want more from Detroit.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, like. I'll say I kind of look at I'm less down on Detroit. I say good job, Detroit. You did what you were supposed to. The scores were
Oh, totally.
definitely it seemed like or the vibe of the game felt closer than I'm sure Detroit would have liked to see them. The silver lining to me is how they played situationally, especially in the flag runner game. Like you pulled three flags. The numbers for Ryan and Ray were just bananas off the charts. Like I don't know if their secret got beat once in the first game. That's crazy. That's pretty dominant. So, solid beating and pulling flags can get you pretty far in this league. So, shout out to Detroit Seekers, Sarah Malter and Jackson Massey for going 3 out of 3 on polls. Buy your beaters dinner or something as like a thank you. I don't know. They helped you out. So I look at it as like I'm not quite ready to hit the panic button on Detroit. I think they are what they are. Toronto, good job playing hard and making things as tough as you could on your home turf. You had your back against the wall end of your season right in your hands, basically. But between your roster and your scheme, like you just aren't going to be able to put yourself in a position to win most of the year. I'm just going to take a quick timeout, really quick. Just a quick timeout. On those notes, like roster, you only have so much control over your roster, right? There's no, and I'm sorry, Toronto, I'm gonna lecture you. I don't want this to be like the show where Tyler and I just pick on Canada. But that's honestly where I feel like I'm getting annoyed. Like every week, I feel like I'm watching the sport pass you by. Um, like you don't have control of your roster, but preparation, strategy, and how you deploy the players on your roster, like you do. Chemistry should not be an issue with this squad. You've been returning all of your players for forever. Um, but and again, you can't count for regression and things like that. Like a lot of your returning players don't feel as effective as they were, but this really isn't a regression issue. Like it was almost 21 minutes into the stream before I saw a woman cleanly catch a pass on your offense. Like I'm passing it to you intentionally. I'm giving you a good pass. Like, and then what happens when she gets the ball? Lauren Matheson scores an amazing goal right away. So it's like that's scheme or a lack thereof about how you as an organization want to score goals and incorporate your team strengths. Every other week, every team in the league is putting great tape out there for good actions, sets, and concepts. Every team is running the same two defenses basically every single week. And I'm watching you guys play the same way that you did when you were Team Canada at Pan Am Games in 2019. And it was stale then. Like maybe like we can get out of this soon, but like maybe an X's and O's thing can come later in the season as a one-off for this. But Toronto, like I'm not trying to be hard on you. I'm asking you to do better, and that's the point of my timeout. Please, like I'm a dad now. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That's
That
what
was
I have to say.
very fatherly of you, Teddy. Like I
All
got
right, let
chills, honestly. That was great. I'm so excited for Cameron and Lucas. Like they got good. They got a good dad.
all right.
You ready to
Let's
restart?
start it back up.
All right, so I think that leaves it enough. I will take the W already and say I wasn't the meanest to Canada today, so thank you to
Yeah.
that. I will salute there, and we will go on to our next series, which was, San Antonio versus Houston, which, was it high-powered offenses or just a lack thereof defense, and a lack thereof effort trying to defend Houston at times? I don't know. Of course, we're missing Dan Williams. Of course, we're missing Miguel. Of course, we're missing Lewis, who I could have sworn tore his ACL, but like miracles happen in Texas all the time. Um, but it seemed like that they were just kind of playing with their food. And it kind of reminded me of my Volo basketball game where the only team had four people and like we had seven. So like we were being able to play 5-on-4 the entire time. And at points they go on like a 12-0 run just because we weren't trying. And that's how I kind of felt that this was going. Gotta give Andrew Acosta credit. Lots of good goals, but it just seems like it's just back and forth. Where are your half court sets? Where's your consistency? The game started 3-3, and then San Antonio scores another four in a row after that. So, like, I don't know. I'm not impressed.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I'll say I was not impressed with the South region. I thought that would be a hard-nosed, South series. Like, wasn't pleased with the physicality, execution defensively. But like I'm an offensive game plan enjoyer, so I'll let it slide because I do think a lot of the actions on both teams in the half court were pretty good. I feel like I didn't learn anything I didn't already know about Houston. I liked their overall level of preparedness. But I knew they didn't have the horses to compete in this one, even if San Antonio was missing five or six more players than they were in this. San Antonio, on the other hand, I did feel like they showed me some things I liked. Um, for instance, I like the play style change between the first two lines. Ty, like you and I can relate to having that change of play style is really, really good for a championship contender. Makes it really hard to defend a whole team that way. And I'm really high on their depth based on what I saw in the series. They got all the way into their depth. It looked like, that first series for the second line, game one, made it seem like we were watching the best second line in quad ball. So we'll see. Chicago would like to talk to you about that, but overall, like I feel good about their depth. But until I see that franchise actually get over the hump, I'm gonna have a really hard time picking them. So we'll see how it goes as we get into champs.
I mean, it's funny you mentioned that because even after just like a performance, I think I might have them as the team to win it all this year after this weekend.
Oh, they look great. Literally, it's just like, can these players who have only achieved success at MLQ level as like taggable as supplemental players on stacked teams be the ones to lead them to the promised land wearing a Soldados jersey, um, versus teams that have done it before? I don't know. I don't know.